Hello, I'm Reverend Dr. Jeffrey Goodine, pastor of Church of Will Spoken Word, and this is another edition of Holy Week 2024. This is day 3, including Sunday. Sunday was day 1, which is Palm Sunday. Yesterday, Monday, was day 2. Today is day 3. This is the Tuesday before Easter. And in this account of Tuesday is recorded in all the 4 Gospels: Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Matthew, Mark, and Luke give a detailed description of him, and then John gives a more detailed description of Jesus on this day. Now, this day is called teaching in the temple. And this is the day that he, remember yesterday he turned over the tables. On Monday he turned over the tables in the temple, and he talked to his people, healed some people. Well, today he came back and was teaching in the temple. And so Matthew chapter 21 starts at verse 23 and it goes all the way to chapter 26 verse 5. Mark is chapter 11 starting at verse 27 and goes all the way to chapter 14 verse 2. And Luke starts at chapter 20 verse 1 and goes all the way to chapter 22 verse 2. And then John is chapter 12 verses 37 to 50. Well, what happens on this day is Jesus is teaching, and I'm going to read a little bit of Matthew, and I'll be reading from the King James Version. This is Matthew takes account when he came back, he saw the barren fig tree, and he said that no fruit grow on thee henceforth forever, and presently the fig tree withered away. And Jesus answered, and verily I say unto you, if ye have faith and doubt not, ye shall not only do this which is done to the fig tree, but also if ye shall say unto this mountain, be thou removed, and be thou cast into the sea, and it shall be done. And all things whatsoever ye shall ask in prayer, believe, and ye shall receive. Well, what you have is Jesus seeing the tree, and he thinks it's supposed to have figs, and he said it's barren. But then, verse 23 says, and when he was coming to the temple, the chief priests and the elders of the people came unto him as he was teaching, and said, by what authority doest thou these things? And who gave thee this authority? And Jesus answered and said unto them, I will ask you one thing, which if ye tell me, I likewise will tell you by what authority I do these things. The baptism of John, whence was it? From heaven or of men? And they reasoned with themselves, saying, if we shall say from heaven, he will say unto us, why did ye not then believe him? But if we shall say of men, we fear the people, for all hold John as a prophet. And they answered Jesus and said, we cannot tell. And he said unto them, neither tell I you by which authority I do these things. And then he went on to teach in parables. You have the parable of the certain man with 2 sons, and you have one of the wicked husbandman, and then you have one with the wedding garment, and then you see Jesus talking to them and teaching in parables. See, Jesus teaching parables to confound, as he said, the wise. So he's teaching in the temple, and he's teaching the Pharisees of those in parables. Now, Mark's account of it, Mark chapter 11, starting at verse 27. Okay? And then came again to, and they then came again to Jerusalem, and he was walking in the temple. There come to him the chief priests and the scribes and the elders, and say unto him, by what authority doest thou these things? And who gave thee this authority to do these things? And then Jesus asked them again about the, and here this is Mark's rendition of Jesus coming into the temple. That's Mark's rendition. Now Luke chapter 20, starting at verse 1, says, and it came to pass that on one of those days, as he taught the people in the temple and preached the gospel, the chief priests and the scribe came upon him with the elders and spake unto him, tell us by what authority doest thou these things? Or who is he that gave thee this authority? And then Jesus again said, if I ask you one thing, you answer me, then I'll tell you who gave me the authority. And he put the question to them, the baptism of John, was it from heaven or of men? So you see, Jesus is teaching in the temple, and the ruling authorities didn't like it. They already didn't like him for turning over the tables in the church, because he already messing with their money. Now he's messing with their doctrine, and they really don't like it. So on Tuesday, or day 3, Jesus teaches in the temple. And when you go and read Matthew, Mark, and Luke, you will see that he's speaking to them in parables. Now, when you go read those, you read them in parable. But then John, and I'm going to read John to you, John chapter 12, starting at verse 37. And here you say in verse 37, see, but he had done so many miracles before them, yet they believed not on him. That the saying of Isaiah the prophet might be fulfilled. And that Isaiah there is Isaiah, but it's spelled Isaiah, which he spake, Lord, who hath believed our report, and to whom hath the arm of the Lord been revealed. Therefore they could not believe, because that Isaiah said again, he hath blinded their eyes and hardened their heart, that they should not see their eyes, nor understand with their heart, and be converted. And I shall heal them. These things said Isaiah when he saw his glory and spake of him. Nevertheless, among the chief rulers also many believed on him. But because the Pharisees did not confess him, lest they should be put out of the synagogue, for they loved the praise of men more than the praise of God. And then Jesus goes on to say, Jesus cried and said, he that believeth on me, believeth. He that believeth on me, believeth not on me, but on him that sent me. And he that seeth me, seeth him that sent me. I am come a light unto the world, that whosoever believeth on me shall not abide in darkness. And if any man hear my words and believe not, I judge him not. For I came not to judge the world, but to save the world. He that rejected me and receiveth not my words, hath one that judges him. The word that I have spoken, the same shall judge him in the last day. For I have not spoken of myself, but the Father which sent me. He gave me a commandment, which I shall say, and what I should speak. And I know that his commandment is life everlasting. Whosoever I speak, therefore, even as the Father said unto me, so I speak. So you see, John speaks of the deity of Christ. So Matthew, Mark, and Luke, the synoptic realm of Jesus, of this gospel, is showing that Jesus spoke and he taught in parables in the temple. So by him speaking in parables, the Pharisees were confounded because, at first they didn't like him. They hated him because the Monday he turned over the tables, got into their money, and then today he's in there and he's teaching the people, and the people are coming to listen to him. The people are coming to listen to him and to follow him. And that's what that's what they didn't like. So on Tuesday, which is day 3 of Holy Week, Jesus is teaching in the temple or the synagogue, or however you want to do. He is teaching the people, and he's teaching in parables. Now you can go read it for yourself. Don't take my word for it. Go read it for yourself. Matthew chapter 21, start at verse 23, and go all the way to chapter 26, verse 5. Then we have Mark chapter 11, starting at verse 27, and go all the way to chapter 14, verse 2. And then Luke chapter 20, starting at verse 1, and goes all the way to chapter 22, verse 2. So you see that Jesus, the Bible speaks of him extensively teaching in a temple. The same temple that he overthrew the money changers and turned the tables over and let the animals free is the same temple that he taught the people in. And the Pharisees didn't like it. They plotted against him. They plotted against him. So you see, Jesus fulfilling the prophecy. They thought they had a hand in it, but he was just fulfilling the prophecy. So on Holy Week, day 3, the Tuesday before Easter, Jesus was teaching in the temple, and he taught in parables. Well, I'm Reverend Dr. Jeffrey Goodine, pastor of Church of the Spoken Word out of Deltona, Florida. And this is another edition of Holy Week 2024. Holy Week 2024, day 3, the Tuesday before Easter. May God have mercy on our souls.